Everyone, the next technique that I'm going to teach is how to properly use a therapy ball to your subgluteal muscle known as the piriformis. The piriformis, if you haven't heard about it by now, I'll tell you. It's a hip rotator muscle. It's found deep to your glute maximus muscle. So what this means is that it's best to target this muscle after you've worked on your glute max muscle, because otherwise you got this big just shield in the way of the muscle that you're actually trying to treat. So why have a wall blocking you in your targeted muscle? It just doesn't make any sense. What you have to do is take care of that before you go to this one. So after you've done your glute work, then you use the therapy ball. Don't do it the other way around. I'll have to repeat myself. Even though it's a video, I won't know it. Don't make me repeat myself. Now to do this technique, what I want you to do is line up the ball with the center of your glute from a seated position. Now, to teach most of you how to do this, if you just can't find the center of your glute, is to take your hand with your pinky and your thumb, so they would be spread out as far apart as possible, right? I'm even going to do this just to make it easy, right? And then what you do is you find your tailbone, let's say with the pinky, and then with the thumb, you go and you try to touch the bone that's right outside on the side of your hip. That little bump is known as the greater trochanter, which I'll show you on the screen as well right now. And once you find that, you go about where the knuckle to your middle finger is, and that's where you're going to put the ball, right? So you'll find it, like with the image right there. And then what you're going to do is you hold the ball right there. You make sure that as you come into your seated position, it is attached, right? So it's going to be right on my glute. It's going to be right there, right? So now, what am I going to do? I'm going to keep it there. I was able to find it and come right down. You sit on it. You shift your weight onto one side. Now, you feel it right away if you got it. You know, you don't feel it in the glute. It feels like it went deep into the glute, past the glute. And make sure as you do it that your both feet are flat and your hands are also supporting you. And you can do movements forward and back. It's going to feel like you're strumming it if you go forward and back. You can go side to side, or just hold, compress. And then the other thing that you can do, and I'm just going to turn. I don't advise unless you've practiced to turn, right? You do some clamshells, just like this, right? And you really feel it deep in there. And then when you're done, shift off of it. You can get it going to the other side. One of the main things when trying to find this is if you find your tailbone and you just go a few inches to the side of it, the muscle connects right on the tailbone. So that's also a quick way to find it. So then once you found it, sit back down, hold, breathe, right? Just like that. Don't be here, because then your shoulders are out of the socket. You want to have those shoulders nice and low as you do this. So it's going to take a little bit of work from your legs and your shoulders to get you to take care of the therapy ball, right? To properly do that technique. The clamshells right there. And if your piriformis is really tight, it's gonna light you up, which when I'm not using terms like that, that just means that it's gonna feel really, really intense. So after that, if you didn't get it, feel free to rewind it. But that pretty much concludes how to use a therapy ball for your piriformis muscle. Thanks for watching.